Hello students. First of all, I would like to congratulate you all for being wonderful learners. And I can say that with conviction by looking at your scores of the test which you're all taking daily. So you must continue doing that. And speaking of today's class, in the previous class we learned about climatic variations and their various factors. Today we will take up one of those factors and discuss in detail. So topic for today is latitude. So let's begin with our class. Students, let's continue further. So, based on the amount of sunlight received, the earth can be divided into three heat zones. Namely, first, torrid zone. Second, temperate zone, and third, frigid zone. Heat zones are also referred to as climatic zones. For understanding these heat zones, we will talk about the important latitudes first. They are Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn, and Antarctic Circle. You can see the important climatic zones in this picture. First, let's talk about torrid zone. So, the region between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called torrid zone. Region on both the sides of equator between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is torrid zone. It receives direct sunlight from the sun. Hence, it remains hot throughout the year. Now, we will talk about temperate zone. You can see in the picture that the region between Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer in north is northern temperate zone, and region between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle is southern temperate zone. So, region between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle is called north temperate zone, and region between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle is called southern temperate zone. It has moderate type of climate throughout the year, neither too hot nor too cold. Now we will talk about frigid zone. You can see in this image. Hence, the region between the Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the region between Antarctic Circle and South Pole in southern hemisphere. It is very cold as it receives very little heat from the sun. This area always remains covered with snow throughout the year. I hope you all have understood. Welcome back, dear students. Let's begin with today's class. In the last class, we studied about factors causing climatic variations. I told you about 5 factors, and in today's class, we will discuss one of those factors in detail. We will talk about latitude or distance from the equator. We have studied previously about latitudes and equator. Equator is the line that divides the earth into 2 halves. It is an imaginary line. And you can see the latitudes as well. As the distance of a place from the equator increases, its temperature decreases. Or in other words, there is a gradual decrease in temperature as we move away from the equator towards the poles. You can see the equator and the North Pole and the South Pole. Children, all the countries that lie along or around the equator always have hot temperatures. Or we can say that their climatic temperature is always hot. But why does that happen? We have studied previously that the sunlight falls directly upon the equator. So we can make out that the rays of the sunlight falling directly upon the equator rises the temperature. In this picture, you can see how the sunlight is falling near the poles and on the equator. Near the poles, sunlight is spreading over a wide area. But at the equator, it is falling directly upon it. The result of this is that near the North Pole and South Pole, the climate is cold. And near the equator, the climate is always hot.